Hello guys!
Hi everyone!
And welcome back to our YouTube channel, Sisterly Conversation. Today we'll be picking another topic to see what we will discuss today. So, do the honors, my sister.
Okay, so this question asks, well, not really asks, just states, what are some fun tourist attractions in Toronto? But then that comes off as a question.
We do that already.
We didn't do the fun tourist attractions in Toronto.
Oh.
We had a different question. We didn't really talk about the
attractions.
We did a
comparison between.
Yeah, we didn't really do the actual tourist attractions in Toronto. So, I guess I can start and then Tony can continue. So, some fun tourist attractions that I know of in Toronto. The biggest one would be the CN Tower, where I'm not quite sure the height of the tower, but it's very, very, very tall.
Really tall.
And you go up an elevator at the top floor. It's not the very, very top. It's about, I would say, maybe 8 floors. I don't know, but regardless, somewhat at the top, but not the very, very top. You can look out and you can see the beautiful Toronto skyline. You can see all the buildings. You can see Toronto from a height looking downwards, and it's very, very beautiful in the daytime. It's even more beautiful at night because you can't really see the buildings and stuff at night, but the lights, when the lights come on, it's so beautiful. So that's one thing. And then the next thing, when you go a little further up on the CN Tower, the highest floor, there's a beautiful restaurant up there, and it circulates, so it goes around in a circle, but it's almost like you can't even tell because it just is so subtle. Is that word, subtle?
Subtle.
Subtle, yeah. I guess. Anyway, you can barely feel it, but if you look at the sides of the wall, you can see that it is rotating. So it's very beautiful. You go up there, you have some 5-star dinners. And what happened?
It is wait, it ain't 5-star.
What is?
It is 3-course meal.
Yeah, but still 5-star restaurant.
5-star treatment.
So
yeah.
It's a 5-star restaurant. So you will have a full. You can have a full dinner. Actually, we went for my birthday, and
we have a 2-course.
There are 2-course meals, and you can have 3-course meals. It's pretty expensive, but if you save for it, it's not too over the top. And also remember to tip well.
Yes.
That's always very important when you're going to any restaurant, especially 5-star restaurants as well. So that's one of the things in Toronto. Another thing that I love in Toronto as well is not necessarily directly in Toronto. I guess it's more so in the surrounding areas in Ontario. We should have moved this to tourist attractions in Ontario. But anyway, I love the zoo. I just have to talk about the zoo. I love the zoo. I've been to the zoo like several times. It's always very fun for me. It is a very far walk, so bring your running shoes, your sneakers, because you're going to be doing some walking. It's very, very big. But you get to see a lot of exotic animals. You get to see a lot of animals that you may not have seen before, or that you may have seen before, depending on where you come from. In my country, in Barbados, we don't really have lions and tigers and elephants and giraffes and polar bears and all that stuff. So we get to see all those nice animals at the zoo.
Can I just say something? Though she said the zoo, I remember when we were much younger, and and we were playing monkeys, and she was staring at the monkeys, and the monkey jumped on the the monkey jumped on the glass, and I think she need to fall up on somebody's stroller.
Yep, that was the time. And everybody around me was like, "What is going on?
Are
What
you
is
okay?
happening?"
Are you okay? And I just laughed till I couldn't laugh anymore.
That was hilarious.
So learn your lesson, guys. Do not ever stare at a monkey. Okay? The monkey will jump at you.
But
Public service announcement.
okay, so then the next another tourist attraction in Toronto would be. I mean, I'm trying to think of Toronto, but my mind is going outside of Toronto for whatever reason. I'm thinking of African Lion Safari. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's nice.
You have to drive through.
Yeah.
You get to see all the animals as well, but instead of actually walking and stuff, you're actually driving. They come out like they come out and walk around your vehicle and stuff like that. And then Tony and I did something very awesome in Toronto for one of my birthdays as well. We did
Helicopter.
a helicopter ride, and that was extremely amazing and terrifying.
Yes, well, she cried.
Oh my gosh, Tony got all these stories about me, but I cannot wait to talk about the stories about her. Anyhow, I did not cry.
Guys, she cried. And she said, I'm scared.
I did not cry. I let go one or two tears. Anyhow, the point is when we in the helicopter, you get to see all the beautiful
The building, the architecture.
skyline again, and it is very very beautiful, very nerve wracking for me.
She cried, and I had to do like this. Oh, my sister.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I
No, you
did.
didn't. Anyhow, so that's the third thing. I think that's the third or fourth thing I can remember. But yeah, so that's another one that is really nice. Again, it is a bit expensive, and it's for a short time.
7 minutes.
But it's a once in a lifetime type of experience, and we definitely enjoyed that. Tony, you want to talk about tourist attractions in Toronto?
Sure. I thought you'd never ask. Okay, so I like the aquarium with Ripley's.
That was a good
That
one.
is really nice.
Yeah.
They have like this like slider thing where you would just stand up there and you would like go and like see different fishes and stuff like that. It was really nice. And then another one I really love is Centerville Island.
Oh, I forgot about
I
that.
love
Yeah.
Centerville Island. I
I
haven't
forgot
been there
about
in a
that.
little
Yeah.
while, but I would say I love the ferry ride. I love to see Toronto on the lake shore.
Yeah.
From the lake shore view, very gorgeous.
We went on those, but a lot of these things we did when we were younger. Then we
Yeah.
came back and did them as adults.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
Yeah,
was really really
Centerville,
nice.
and then like with Centerville, you could go on rides, but those for the children. Some adults do it too, but those are for the children. It's a lot of walk too. People live on that island too. A lot of picnicking goes on there as well. They have like a big stadium, it's a stadium pass or
Our
something.
pavilion.
A pavilion, right? You could go there. It's a really nice place for friends, for loved ones. You get to ride. It's so much fun. Um, where else?
Another place that we used to go to when we were younger, we went back as adults, but we didn't really enjoy it as much as adults because we're adults. But you can, if you have children too, you can definitely take them there. It was what name now?
Well, you having a senior moment, my sister.
I can't remember the name of it. The place where we went, like had all the rides and you had stores.
Exhibition.
Right, the exhibition. Right, that's another one. The exhibition. So basically, there you have things that you could shop. Back in the day, when it was 2000 and
8.
6 or 7 or something like that. We were younger. We were like kids. Um, my mother took us there, and at the time we used to get some cheap clothing. At the time we used to have skirts and stuff and short pants and stuff for like $1 and $3.
Yeah.
You can't find that now.
Mm-mm.
Can't find that now. Cause we used back in that time we used to get some really nice cheap clothes. Now it's not as cheap, but it's still there. And I found like it's not as
it's not as
a lot of clothes
yeah.
as it used to be either. It's more like I found the clothes to be more you know, I don't even know, like more some type of different type of clothing. It's not like the regular clothing that we was buying before, or we were buying before. But then you have like a little pet zoo there too as well, and llamas and stuff. And then there's also the rides for the kids as well. So
and there are a lot of like jewelers too,
right,
doing jewelry and stuff, making jewelry. A lot it has changed over the years. Let's put it that way. So it's not as exciting or whatever. But going out of the Toronto area, one of the biggest places a lot of tourists go to is Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is really nice. Do not go there in the winter, you will freeze. You will have to dress properly, but it's best that you go in the summertime because even though it's cold, at least you could, you could stay a little warm, walk with a small little jacket. But Niagara Falls is really nice. They have like lots of there's a game casino. There's casinos, right? Places to eat.
Arcades.
Ferris wheel. There's a Ferris wheel. Just one or two rides, Niagara Falls is really nice.
I would say that in the summertime is hot, but as you get closer to the falls, it's a little cool, and sometimes the water from the falls
hits you in your face.
Yeah, it comes on you. But in the winter, I mean, you could go in the winter too. We've gone in the winter as well, and it's not overly cool, but you definitely have to dress the part.
Yeah.
And remember that as you get closer to the water, it's going to be more cool. And then there are a lot of arcades. There are a lot of food places. So it's definitely a good experience as well.
And they have also like made things even bigger. So like there's a zip line now from one side of the falls to the other. Yep. You could actually experience the falls on a boat.
Yeah.
And then I think it's like you are actually inside the falls now where the water literally dropping. There's also something there that you could also see. So it's a bit of stuff that you could do there. I also was told there's wine tasting there as well for those who like wine.
But it's not. I don't think it's in the same area because we haven't done that. But I don't think it's in the same area as the actual falls. I think it's somewhere. I'm not quite sure, but I don't think it's in the exact same area. But yeah, there are a lot of like I don't know what do you call it, like farms or something. I don't know if you call it farms or whatever. But yeah. They definitely have the grapes and stuff. They show you how to make wine, the process of making wine, and then you can definitely have the wine tasting as well.
Yeah. Anywhere else?
There's always museums.
Yeah.
Here in Toronto, if you like that, if you're inquisitive and you like to learn new things, scientific facts and stuff like that.
And then recently we went to the Museum of Illusions as well. That was so much fun. It was a museum just what the name says, illusions. So there are many things that you could do inside of that museum as well. And it's pretty fun, pretty cool.
There are the movies, of course. There's arcades. There's
game arcades.
There's the casinos. There's like what do you call it? Bumper cars or go karts or whatever that you can go driving or whatever. There's astroing. There's Tony. Well, she didn't do this in Toronto. She did this in Nova Scotia. She went shooting guns or whatever. I'm sure you have that in Toronto as well. There are a lot of different things that you will definitely be entertained here because there are a lot of tourist attractions, and then of course you have, well, I won't really call those tourist attractions, but if you were more chill or whatever, you can always go to the bar or whatever and chill out and stuff.
Basically, Canada has everything. Things that you would like to do, you could just Google it and just the problem with that though is probably the location, how far it is from Toronto and stuff. Cause like even I wanted to like do tobogganing, but when I saw the distance, it's a whole hour away, and I don't have my G licenses yet, and my sister's not probably not ready, or if she wasn't like available at the time. So like all of those things you gotta put into perspective and stuff, you know. So,
There's also the beaches.
yeah.
There are beaches as well that you can go to. And then in the arcade that we go to, there's bowling there.
Yeah, that's another good one.
There is this shooting game thing. Not shooting. It's
Not
more
shooting,
like
laser tag.
Laser tag, right?
Yeah.
There's laser tag, and then there's the actual arcade that have a lot of games.
Yeah.
So there are many great things you can do. Those are, I won't necessarily call those tourist attractions, but they can be, because if you're visiting and you get to experience these different things and stuff. So yeah, but I think that's it for now.
I think one more thing too that we need to mention is that you know how in New York there's you call New York the place that doesn't sleep. So Young and Dundas is the place where nobody sleeps. It's always a bunch of people on the road. So I just wanted to mention that there too. So there's this big mall near the Eaton Center. A lot of tourists go there too to shop. And Eaton Center starts from Queen Street to Dundas Street. And that's like how much blocks? About 6 or 7 blocks.
Oh.
It's long though. It's a big mall.
Very,
it's not the biggest mall, but it's a big
Eaton
mall.
Center Mall, yeah. Is from King Street, I think, straight down to Dundas or something like that. It's very big though. It's very big.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw this interesting video where they said that you could walk underground or something and get from one area to the other area or something like that. So,
yes, the path. I did that and got lost. But thank you, Jesus, I was found.
yeah, so it's very interesting. Prepare for some walking.
Yeah.
You want to do the tourist attraction in Barbados one time?
We do that already, show?
No, we didn't talk about the tourist attractions in Barbados itself. We talked about some areas, some places that it could have gone in Barbados, but we didn't talk about the tourist attractions.
Alright, so Bridgetown, capital.
I guess since we're doing the topic of Canada, we can also include Barbados in it, and for the tourist attractions in Barbados, well, there's
the capital, Bridgetown. That's just like what we call town. It has all these stores, fast food, nice little places to eat locally. The banks, you name it, just what a capital has, and the Parliament of Barbados.
So there's Bridgetown, there's Icings that also has kind of like the same thing, but they have music. There's a lot of people dancing. There's a lot of food, a lot of good food.
Fish, yes.
Amazing food.
That's Fish Town there. If y'all like the fish.
There's Speightstown too. Speightstown is also another town area too that has stores and different things that you can walk and shop and whatever. And then there's Holetown.
Yeah, but Holetown
really nothing.
The most Holetown has is the Holetown Festival, and that's actually happening just now. So they have like we call it the tattoo. That's where the horses, with the policemen and they doing their thing or whatever. Holton also has like different stores as well. It's like a smaller Bridgetown. It has its little stores and you could do your shopping there. And then there's like this place at night we call Second Street. There to do karaoke and a lot of tourists goes there as well. And I think there's a drag place literally in that same gap. So yeah, for the drag queens and stuff like that.
And then there's Harrison's Cave for those who like a bit of adventure. They just added a new whole adventure
Zip lining.
right like activities. So Harris's Cave is basically like a cave where you go on a little tram. They call it a tram, and then you can get out the tram. You get to see the stalactites and the stalagmites, um, which were found in the cave. And then from there you get to see the pool of the water. They give you a history of the background of the cave. And then, of course, like I said, they just added the adventure where it was the zip lining. There is some different obstacle courses. Um, I don't know if there is something else there now too. But yeah, that for now, that's what I know. I haven't gone when they added the obstacle courses. I only went when there was just the actual cave stuff.
Yeah.
Um, then there is um, wildlife reserve, which basically have little animals.
Nothing to compare with.
Nothing
here,
like the zoo out here. That's what I'm saying. Like there's some like if you come from a country that don't really have like certain animals, you're gonna find the zoo in Canada very exotic and like exciting because but Barbados now we have like the mongoose there. We have
the
deers, we have monkeys,
turtles.
right.
Yeah.
Those type of animals are at wildlife reserve. You have Andromeda Gardens with the flowers.
Yeah.
And the Barbados is so beautiful.
Gorgeous.
So beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I don't even know the sea. It's just beautiful. And then like in St. George, we have like the lion. You go there and go on this like white lion or whatever, and you can go hill, and you can look over and you literally see the whole
St. George Valley.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. We were actually let's just say we really miss Barbados. We really miss Barbados.
Then there's of course the beaches.
Of course.
We have beaches all over. The only two parishes that don't have beaches are St. George and St. Thomas.
Yeah.
All the other parishes have beaches. What else would be tourist attractions in Barbados? So guys, when I went home in the summer, I really wanted to go to what name now? You want to say Lucy?
Animal Flower Cave.
Yeah. Is Animal Flower Cave? I think so.
Ready water.
Right. Yeah. I don't really want to go to Animal Flower Cave, but unfortunately I didn't get to. But it's like a cave where you can go inside and you can stand up and the pool comes up. If you like, so I think it comes up sometimes very high. I've never been there, so I can't really swear on that. I can't really say for sure. But the water comes up, and if you can even swim in it and stuff like that. And then you can see the ocean from the actual cave. So it's very, very beautiful, and I really want to go. I didn't get a chance to go. But yeah, that's nice. There's also George Washington House. I went to that George Washington House. We saw the history of George Washington, who was one of the presidents in America, I believe, and then he actually had a home in Barbados, so we got to actually see the his home and a history background of his time in Barbados and what he did there and how everything was back in the day and so on and so forth. You wanted to say?
Yeah, I wanted to say that I have been to Animal Flower Cave, but I just didn't go underground to get to that pool. But where Shinta's talking about is like a big rock, and that big rock has like a little like she said a pool. So what happens is because the tide is on the Atlantic side of the country, the island. So what happens is because the tide is high, the water can actually come into the pool and give you like more water. Come into the cave and then you just bathe in it and the water is so fresh and it's so cool. But I didn't get to do it because one, my mother told me not to, and two, the sea got in the back door.
So basically, other than that, there's also the museum. I love the museum. I tend to love museums because I love to see historical facts. And our museum in Barbados is so there's so much information that you can learn all about the slaves back in the day, the Amerindians, the Spaniards. You read all about the history back then and coming up to the present. It's very very informative. Um, yeah, and then what else? There's so many things to do in Barbados. So there are the nightclubs, of course.
Yeah, Barbados is the whole
There's always an
country of
event.
party.
Yeah, there's always an event to go to.
Yeah.
Um,
Recently, no, they have started this place named Worthing Square. So what Worthing Square is like a bunch of food places, but from different cultures, and you could just sit down, relax, enjoy some music, talk to friends, and stuff like that. It's really good too. I have not been there as yet, but definitely on my next trip to Barbados, by God's grace, me and my sister will go and enjoy a feedings.
so there's a lot of stuff. Of course, the the best time to come to Barbados too is during the crop over season, where there's a cultural festival.
Yeah.
You get to see a lot of the performers. You get to see a lot of the costumes and so on and so forth. And basically, yeah, we have. There's just too much. There's just so much. We might have to do a part two because there's just so much things in Barbados to do, and so many tourist sites that I can't really think of all off the top of my head. I know there are a lot of food places too, a lot of restaurants.
Chafet is our native.
For sure.
Native.
For sure.
Restaurant, fast food joint.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say too that one of the best beaches in Barbados is Browns Beach. A lot of tourists are there too. A lot of people don't know about it as well. So if ever you go to Barbados, tell the taxi driver, whoever's taking you, tell them to take you to Browns Beach. Right?
There's even also at Browns Beach an obstacle course there too. Like there's like a little thing that you can climb up on in the water, and there's a lot of beach activities. Like you can sit at the back of this thing and
it's like I know you mean the banana boat,
something like that.
Them.
Yeah. And then of course you could go on the catamaran cruises. And it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
The country is just a party country. They're God-fearing too, but lots of activities.
You can't get bored in Barbados because there's something for everybody, regardless of the type of person that you are. If you're a quiet person and you like things like, if you like bird watching or you like seeing flowers or plants and stuff, there's something like that for you. If you like history, there's the museums. If you like the nightlife, there's the nightclubs and there's the events. If you like
the
beach, there's lots of beaches to choose from.
Yeah.
If you like if you're a foodie, there's tons of restaurants, and and there's just something. And I forgot to talk about the safaris. So the safaris are a little different than the safari in Canada, where it said you could drive through by yourself and see the animals. The safaris home are like basically they have like these open back jeeps or trips or whatever, and then they take you on these dirt roads where you can see all these different areas and stuff. And they give you a bit of a history if you're a tourist. If you're from Barbados, they don't really tell you nothing. You just basically enjoy driving through the mud.
Yeah.
And when you're there, you end up being very muddy.
I've never been, by the way.
I've been like twice, so I can boast. Something else that I really like too is there's a spring in Pot House too as well. I think Barbados may have another spring or two.
Torrey Spring in St. Thomas.
Yeah, but Pot House one is very nice as well.
And that's in St. John.
Yeah. So for now, that is it that we can think of. And I guess we will see you in another video.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good night, everyone.
Good
Bye.
night.